Once upon a time in iRacing, the Skip Barber 2000 was one of the most popular cars in the sim. But now its popularity has faded and it's left many asking, what happened? For those unfamiliar with the Skip Barber 2000, it's a low-powered open-wheel car designed as training tool for aspiring racing drivers in the real world. This car is built for precision driving, not raw speed. It has about 150 horsepower, weighs just over 1200 pounds and features a 5-speed manual gearbox. No driver aids here. No traction control, no ABS, just you, the car and the track. In the world of iRacing, the Skip Barber quickly became one of the go-to cars for beginners. It was perfect for learning the basics of racecraft and car control. But over the years, something changed. So, why was the Skip Barber such a popular car in iRacing's earlier days? Well, for starters, it was a simple to understand but difficult to master. The low power meant that the emphasis was entirely on momentum and cornering technique. Beginners could hop in and feel competitive, while more advanced drivers could still find room to shave tenths of their lap times. Another reason for its popularity, the competition. Because it was a popular car, the strength of the field in the Skip Barber races was always high. You were guaranteed close racing and it became a breeding ground for improving racecraft as drivers had to focus on proper braking zones, throttle control and drafting. But let's talk about the car itself, because the Skip Barber drives like nothing else in iRacing. Without much power under the hood, momentum is everything. The car understeers at low speeds, but gets progressively more lively the faster you go. That liveliness, though, is what made the Skip Barber both loved and feared. The rear end has a tendency to snap, and once you lose it, the recovery is difficult. The car rewards smooth, precise inputs and punishes anything aggressive. It's all about the balance. And then there's handling. The Skip Barber doesn't have much downforce, so when you push it to the limit, the car feels light and on edge. You are constantly managing grip and trying to find the perfect balance between understeer and oversteer. That's where the challenge and fun comes from. Despite its engaging driving experience, the Skip Barber has seen a sharp decline in popularity over the years. So what happened? Why did this fan-favorite car lose its shine? One major factor is the rise of new cars. The Formula 4, Formula V and other similar open-wheel cars have attracted much of the player base that used to flock to the Skip Barber. These new cars are more advanced in terms of handling and offer a modern racing experience that aligns more with what today's sim racers are looking for. Another reason is simply content fatigue. Over time, as iRacing expanded its roster of cars and tracks, drivers moved on to different series and experiences. What was once a focal point of iRacing's lower license levels now feels a bit outdated. Part of the Skip Barber's fall from grace is also tied to the difficulty curve. The car is incredibly challenging to master, which makes it a bit of a love it or hate it situation. For many new drivers, the transition from more forgiving cars like the MOZA MX-5 to the twitchy, snap oversteer-prone Skip Barber can be frustrating. This car demands patience, practice and willingness to make mistakes, which isn't always appealing for players who want to jump in and have fun right away. So, is the Skip Barber dead in iRacing? Not quite. While it may not be as popular as it once was, the car still has a dedicated fanbase. Those who enjoyed the car often speak of its purity. It's a raw, honest racing experience that rewards skill and patience like few others in the sim. It was, and it still is, one of my favorite cars to race in iRacing. The Skip Barber may no longer be the king of the iRacing beginner cars, but for those willing to put in the effort, it remains one of the best tools to learn the art of racing. Its legacy as a driver's car is cemented, and even though it's no longer in the spotlight, the Skip Barber will always have a special place in the world of sim racing. So what do you think? Does the Skip Barber still hold a special place in your iRacing heart, or have you moved on to faster, more modern cars? Let me know in the comments.